Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave, and I'm so excited to share this video with you today because look at this ridiculously cute card. And then, like, you haven't even seen the best part. Are you ready? Like, hold on to your hats. Boom! Oh my gosh, look at how stinking cute this is. It's really easy to create, so let me show you how I did it. Now, I say it's easy, and it really is, but it's a little putsy. There's quite a few steps that are involved, but let me break them down for you so you can make one of these adorable cards for yourself. Now, I am using the little Ladybug stamp set. This is a celebration special set, and the reason it's special is because you can get it for free by hosting a workshop that is $300 or more, or placing an order that's $300 or more. So if you are interested in hosting a workshop with me, I do virtual workshops over Facebook all the time. You can collect orders from your friends, or you can just put a big enough order in to qualify for this stamp set. The other thing that's really awesome is this month we have our coordination product release that includes the dies that coordinate with this stamp set. So a really awesome deal. And these dies are available for purchase. So that's pretty great. And the really cool thing about having a big order, a lot of people save up to do this, you get to really maximize all of the benefits. So a $300 order will give you at least $36 in free merchandise, 6 celebration choices, plus you'll get this set for free. So all of those are really awesome bonuses. The other thing I like to do during celebration is to order a prepaid Paper Pumpkin subscription, and then I can get a full year of that and then add a few more things to hit that $300 level. So it's pretty awesome. All right, let me show you how I created this project. I'm going to start with a half a sheet of cardstock. This is Granny Apple Green. So it's 4 1/4 by 11, and I'm going to score at 5 1/2 with my paper trimmer here. And so let me put it right there, and I'll score. All right, I also need a piece of, let's see, I wrote this down. 3 1/2 by 10 inches is my green piece, and I'm going to score that at every 2 1/2 inches, basically. So 2 1/2, 5, and 7 1/2. So let me do that. We'll start down here at 2 1/2. Then we'll go to 5, and then we'll go to 7 1/2 inches. Okay. And then finally, I need a piece that's 8 by 3 1/2 inches. And on this piece, I'm going to actually make a few marks for this first. And it's okay if the marks show because it really doesn't matter. So I'm going to go to 2 1/4 inches. And actually, I'm just going to close this. So you can see a little better. I'm going to go to 2 1/4 inches right here, and then I'm gonna take, I've got a pencil here, and I'm just gonna put a little mark. Can you see how I did that? So I'm just going here, and I added a little mark there and a little mark down here. Okay, and then I'm gonna flip my paper and do the same. I'm just gonna make a little mark in just where the little groove is for cutting. Okay, then I'm going to flip it, and on the long edge I'm going to score at 1 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so that's basically scoring it in half the long way. Okay, then I'll take those marks and I'll do an X. So I'm going to line the top mark and bottom mark up diagonally and score. And once again, I'll mark the top and bottom marks diagonally and score. Okay, and that is what I get, kind of this X. All right, now I'm going to take this piece, and by the way, you're not going to see the score marks, so don't worry about that. I'm going to give this a good burnish with my bone folder. And then I'll flip it over and give it another good burnish with my bone folder. Now, all the stuff I'm using today, you can purchase on my blog in my Stampin' Up! Store. All right, and then I need to fold this in half as well. Again, a good burnish. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is kind of, you gotta pop it, there we go. Pop it into submission. All right, and so I'll take and make sure everything lines up nicely. That's where having a bone folder for this step is really helpful. And there we go. Okay, now this is the pop and twist mechanism. All right, I'm going to set that aside and we're going to work on the other pieces for a moment here. I'm just going to accordion fold these and giving them good creases on either side. And then, of course, my card base, I want to fold that in half as well. Make sure that's lined up nicely and give it a good crease. Okay, now to put our card together, I find that, first of all, I'm going to start with this piece. I'm going to fold it up. And what I want to do is I want to glue one side to this and then the other side, oops, like this. Okay, so it just fits in there. I'm going to glue this side to this and this side to this, okay? So when you pull on it, it'll open up. Do you see that? Okay. Now, I want to show you something on this one. I did it I glued it right up into the corner edge there. You know, so I did it all the way up to the crease. If you pull it out just a little bit, then it will open a little wider. So rather than gluing it all the way up into that corner, I'm going to pull it out just a little bit, and then it will give me a little bit more ability to open up wide when I open my card up. It's going to get glued in here. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. So you just want them between the two, and it doesn't really matter like which one's on top. Okay, oops. But when you hold it, you can only hold one. All right. So there we go. You do want to make sure that they're lined up though side to side, so this doesn't stick out or that out on either side. Okay, so let's do a little glue. Now, I find liquid glue is the best thing to use in this, for this. You can also use tear and tape, but you want something that's strong enough to really hold this card in place. Okay. So there we go. I've got it right up to the edge there. Not quite all the way up. I might even scooch it down just a little. When that adhesive dries, we'll get rid of the rest of it. Okay, so that looks good. Then I'll do this side. And a little bit right there. Like so. Give that a good press on both sides. All right, and there's our mechanism. Okay, now for adhering this inside our card, I'm not going to put this all the way up to the fold. I'm going to give it a little space, and then we're going to glue just the triangles, and I'm going to do one at a time. And I want to make sure this is kind of in here squared off. All right, so we'll give that a good press. And I will say one thing. I'm going to open this up quick. Oh, if I can. Yep. You want to make sure you get glue right out to the corners there, because then it'll open a little bit better. Okay. So I'm just pressing on this, doing a good job. Looks good. Okay, then I'm going to flip it over, open it up, and then I'll adhere this on the other side. Now I'm doing a skinny amount of glue. It's not thick globs. I'm going right up to that edge because I don't want it to seep, out the sides. But I do want to make sure I get up to that corner as much as I can because that just helps your card open really nicely. Okay, ready? Here's the test. Boom, it worked fabulously. Here is our amazing card. Okay, now comes the fun part. Let's decorate it. All right, so I'm going to set this aside while we do our decorations. So I started with a piece of Whisper White that's 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. And I'm going to do a little bit of sponging. So I've got, you can use regular sponges, or I use these oval makeup brushes from Amazon. And I'm going to use Granny Apple Green and some Pool Party to add a little color. So I've got one sponge dedicated. I have it marked aqua, so I can use different shades of aqua, but I'm going to kind of do this a little bit on the diagonal. And I'm just adding some color to this. So you can get rid of that first bit of color so it doesn't leave us harsh brush line. Okay, and then that looks pretty good. So we've got some good color on there. Then I'm going to do my Granny Apple Green and do the same. Get rid of that harsh first bit of color, and then we'll add some green to the bottom kind of diagonal corners. Now I am leaving a little bit of white space in between, and that's just fine. But I really want some good solid green down here. So I'm going over this a few times. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, I'm going to set that aside. Now for the inside of my card, I have these 4 panels, and they are 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Now I took and die cut one of them, sort of. I did this little trail, buzzy trail on one, and then I've got 3 plain ones. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing to both of these. Okay, we'll do the green at the bottom. Okay, so now that I have all these pieces, I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. For this, I actually am bringing in the Abstract Impressions, and I'm going to use the grass out of here just to add a little bit more fun to the bottom of each of these, and I'll do that in Granny Apple Green. And this doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just doing the very tips, and I'm actually going to flip it over and use the bottom. So there kind of is grass going in each direction. There we go. And it doesn't need to be perfect. I mean, it's grass.
Just flip them. And I'll do that as well on my outside panel for the front of my card. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp some of those like so. You can see the grass kind of goes in all different directions, and that is just fine.
All right, now we need to set these pieces aside, and we're going to do our Ladybug stamping. Now for this, I'm going to take and stamp each of the ladybugs in black Memento ink on a scrap of paper so that I can color and die cut each of them, as well as that large flower from this stamp set. I just need to move my stamp set so I can get all my images out. All right. Then we'll color things in with our Stampin' Blends, because that'll give us nice, rich, vivid color. Now, if you don't have Stampin' Blends, that's okay. Just color them with whatever method is your favorite. Okay, so I have that one on the inside, and then the other, yeah, I just needed one of each.
And then my personal favorite, which is the flying.
Here we go, the flying ladybug, because it's just so dang cute. All right. Then the last thing I need, I might actually, oh, I've got another scrap sitting over here. The last thing I need is one more piece, because I've got the sentiment, "You're cute as a bug," and I'm stamping that in black as well. And then I'll punch that out with a 1.5 inch circle punch. And we'll put that on the front. Okay, so I might need to snip away at this. Okay. There we go. So cute. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is color in all of these images. So I'll start with the easy one, which is this flower. So cute. So I've got my Granny Apple Green Dark. And I'll blend that with my Granny Apple Green Light. And then I'll put some Mango Melody in the center. And then one more thing I'll do is color it in with some Clear Wink of Stella. So I'm just going to color in all of the white flower. I'll leave the flower itself white, but color the rest in with my Clear Wink of Stella. All right, next up, we've got all of our little ladybugs, and I'm going to color each of them exactly the same. I'm going to use Real Red blends, so I'll start with the dark, and I'll just color about 2/3 the way down. Like so. Then I'll do, and actually I'm going to do all of them at the same time. Okay, now I'm going to take my light basic black and I'm going to color in all the spots, as well as kind of that back side of the bug.
Right there.
Okay, then I'm going to use my dark smoky slate to color in the hands and feet. Some light smoky slate to color in a couple, like the tummy section. And then we're going to blend that out with our color lifter. All right, and then lastly, almost lastly, and we'll blend with the color lifter, but we're also going to do the face in ivory, and we'll add little rosy cheeks here in a second. But we're also going to lighten this up with our color lifter. Okay, so for that, I'll take and color lift right here, just to kind of blend this in. And right up here, boom, boom, boom. So the face is a little bit lighter. Up here. Okay. Rosy cheeks, and then I'm going to die cut everything out. So we'll put rosy cheeks in here. Rosy cheeks in here. Rosy cheek right there. Rosy cheeks right there. Okay, now I'm going to die cut all this stuff out and I'll be right back. All right, now I put Post-it notes on each of these so that everything would stay in place, and you can reuse these little Post-its. I use them often. And then we're going to assemble our card. The hard part is done. So let's make some cuteness. Okay, so I'm going to start with the front of my card. I've got the flower that, of course, I will pop up on here. And I'm going to use regular dimensionals and a couple minis. Take it under there. So cute. I think, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, my flower is going just a little off the edge, and that's okay. All right, then I want my little clover bee, or ladybug, pardon me. We'll pop him up as well. And then we'll adhere this piece to, so cute. We'll adhere this piece to our card, actually to a layer of Whisper White, and then to our card. And then, of course, we have to pop up our sentiment as well. And my card layer is 3 3/4 by 5. So just a skinny little layer on there, which is just fine. Okay. And then, of course, this goes on the front. Like so. And I like that little extra layer of white because I think it really makes everything just pop off the card nicely. Okay, now for the inside layers, we need to do a little stamping there. And for that, I'm going to set that aside here, and then we'll do our pieces. So this one, of course, we're going to add our flying ladybug, and I'm attaching all the ladybugs with glue dots. The glue dots give you just a teensy bit of dimension. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. And the card really, I guess you could put dimensionals on here, but I wouldn't do that just because your card is going to get thick enough as it is. Okay, now on this one, I had just a little smudge of ink, so we'll cover that up with this cute little guy. And then last but not least, I also, when I was doing my die cutting, I die cut a couple of the flower pieces that are included in these dies. So I've got a stem, a flower that's white, and then the little center in yellow. So that's Daffodil Delight. And then we'll adhere these pieces. So cute. And we'll color our flower with a little bit of our Wink Stella as well. So it sparkles because everybody likes a sparkly flower. Then I'll add that center to the center. Let me grab my take your pick tool to place that. There we go. And then we're just going to adhere these to the inside of our card. I'm going to put this one right here. And my flying one next to it. And then I will finally, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a happy birthday that I'm going to stamp in real red on a little scrap of cardstock. Oh, I think actually I'm going to put that one over here. And I just can't think of a cuter pop and twist card than this. So I don't know if you guys have ever tried one of these. I've made one not quite a year ago, and I loved it, and I just haven't quite come back to it. So I was excited to. So there we go. So cute. All right. Oh, I just need my happy birthday. So like I said, I'll do that in real red on just a little scrap of, a 1/2 inch scrap of cardstock. And I'll snip this. Like so, and I'm just going to do a little banner. And then, this one. And then I'll put that right up here, like so. Oh, so cute. No, I'm living dangerously having that red card or red ink pad open. So I hope you loved this. I hope you loved this card. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will be happy to answer them. If you need any of these supplies, though, please shop my online store. I'd really appreciate your business, and you'll become a VIP Rewards member. And I have a great rewards program, so many perks. So make sure and check that out. All the information is on my blog. There's a link to that in the description of this video, along with all the supplies that I used. Happy stamping, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.